You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Nolan Crane with your 48 Fastcast. A man on death row for killing a NASA retiree a decade ago is going to get a new trial. The Alabama Court of Criminal Appeals reversed Warren Hardy's capital murder conviction and death sentence due to an error made by the judge. Hardy was convicted of Kathleen Lundy's death during a robbery. He was also convicted of kidnapping, domestic violence, and shooting into an occupied vehicle. WAFF 48's investigative reporter Nick Ballinger will have much more on this case coming up in our evening newscast.
We've had much nicer weather than we started with for the earlier part of this month. But as we continue to look through the rest of the day, things are nice, gorgeous and sunny expected outside. 63 degrees is where we sit in Madison. You can see 565 moving speedy, but a lot of folks getting where they're getting to go, and there's busyness on the roadways as well. Looking at those current temperatures, all of us are in those low end 60s on the eastern side, but take a look at the west. Muscle Shoals almost at 70, sitting at about 69 degrees and 66 in Russellville. So we're starting to take that downward turn. You can see a couple of those temperatures dropped. Russellville at 68 now. So we're continuing to watch these 60s as we go into the next few hours. Back here in Huntsville, we're expecting to see around 4 or so. We're going to see around 60 by that point, and then we'll get into the 50s overnight. You'll notice if you have some late night plans this evening, temperatures will only drop into the 40s around 10 o'clock. We see that increase in cloud cover. And then as we go into those overnight hours, our lowest area should be around 35 or so. So we're continuing to see some warmer days trending up ahead and gorgeous conditions this weekend. I'll show you when rain chances will get back in the forecast coming up in a moment.
Now to Madison County, where a wanted felon is behind bars following a multi-agency operation. The Madison County Sheriff's Office was first alerted about Charles Norton earlier this week by the Winston County Sheriff's Office. It was revealed he was wanted on multiple felony warrants across multiple counties in both Alabama and Tennessee. Huntsville police were also looking for him for fraud-related charges. On Wednesday, Norton was pulled over in Madison County and taken into custody. He now sits in the Madison County Jail on multiple failure to appear charges. A DeKalb County man pled guilty in the death of a 2-year-old. Records show Bradley Blanks entered a plea for manslaughter. He was arrested last year after a 2-year-old died in a house fire. Authorities say that fire started while Blanks was making drugs. He will spend the next 12 years behind bars. The Lawrence County Career Technical Center, it's expanding to help bring in more students. We'll show you the progress when we return. The Lawrence County Career Technical Center, it's getting bigger. Another building is being added. Some students are being turned away from popular programs due to limited space. These programs include welding, industrial maintenance, and advanced manufacturing. Now, thanks to the construction, 50 additional students will be able to graduate each year. Superintendent Dr. John Brett Smith says these programs prepare the students for jobs at companies like Mazda Toyota. He says this expansion is a big investment for the future.
I truly believe in career tech. I believe that if our county and our state and our country is going to move forward, that we have to have those that provide the infrastructure. And for so long, we thought that college and career were separate entities, and now, you know, there's a great belief, which is true, that they're not competing ideas. Somebody can do both and be very successful.
Now, Dr. Smith expects the project to be completed by next academic year.
Now, your first alert weather forecast with Jada Russell.
We've got chilly conditions going into the overnight hours, but not as chilly as we've seen for the past few days. Starting out this week, we did see a couple areas in some of those lower end 30s, but now as we go through the back half, I mentioned earlier this week, we'd see some warmer nights to come. So 38 is about as far as we drop going into those overnight hours. We will start to see increasing cloud cover, and it will also be chilly out the door, but we do have a decent breeze as of right now that's keeping that kind of strong going for us as we go into the evening hours. And I'll show you an hour by hour playthrough in a moment. So what we're expecting from this weekend, a little colder out of Saturday, 46 degrees. We'll see that chance drop over in the mornings into those low end 30s, and then we'll see some 20s going into Sunday. But we warm back up, getting to about 56, taking a 10-degree jump as we get to Sunday. And then as we go into those next couple of days, I'll show you in that 10-day forecast in a moment, we're expecting to see a major warm up for the next few days. You saw the shoals earlier, already sitting at about 68 to 69 degrees. So it's warm all around. We'll just see a slight dip as we go into your Saturday. Walking through play-by-play around 8:30 tonight. If you have any evening plans, should still be nice and comfortable outside. We're seeing some of these low in 50s all around, about 53 in Albertville and Fort Payne, taking it all the way over to the Shoals. We're seeing 50, Russellville at 51 as well. So nice, comfortable conditions. Our Tennessee folks hitting those 40s a little earlier than most of us. But as we get to that midnight hour into Saturday, that's when we start to see those 30s back in the forecast for quite a few areas. Some areas may get there a little sooner than others, but as we go through the rest of your Saturday morning, expecting to keep it around those upper end 30s, and by noon we'll be in those 40s. So like I mentioned, we see that warm up happen on Sunday. Nice, comfortable, beautiful conditions for Super Bowl Sunday. As we go into the back half of the week though, or start of the work week, what you'll notice is that temperatures get up to about 68 here in Huntsville. So you can imagine some areas may tap at 70 out west. But as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday, we're expecting to see some rain chances come back through. They don't do too much to push our temperatures back, but by Friday and Saturday, we'll start to see some cooler air in the forecast, getting us into those 50s for the upcoming weekend and work week.
Good to know. Thank you, Jada. And that will do it for today's 48 Fastcast. We'll be back online momentarily with Before the 4. That's hosted by AJ Weiss. Then tune in to WAFF 48 starting at 4 for more of the top stories from all around the Tennessee Valley and beyond. You can also watch us at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Thanks for watching. Have a great Friday.